there as we do get into the game here. Immediately onto the Rift. Semifinal matchup here, upper finals. Loser drops down to the bottom bracket, and I'm excited to get into this fish.
Yeah, again, if you just are joining us, this is Ole Miss at the top of the Legends season. I'm not joking. They actually did beat Maryville, a almost unheard of statement in Collegiate League of Legends, because it really feels like, you know, it's death, taxes, and Maryville being one of the best Collegiate League of Legends teams. But maybe they can change that. We get some early poking on to Rhino. Now they're going to change over to Shogo.
Ooh.
First to burn that heal as well, just to get that movement speed. So an early good trade here for Maryville, just below that mid lane.
Okay, yeah, really liking the aggression coming out from Maryville here early on. Forcing Shogo to burn the heal. It's not Colimer, it's Shogo. We should have known, right? But we'll go ahead and get that heal out of the way. So that's a big boon going into this lane, knowing how aggressive Angle and Zyko can play on this Kalista Renata.
I think the big thing for me is we watch this top side of the map. It's Icarus on that Ornn. If you've been following Ole Miss, that's kind of been his go-to, that Ornn Malphite player. And again, it's kind of been that standard, like, keep yourself alive, Icarus. As long as you can stay even or just a little bit behind, that's when the lane's been well. So I think that's why Abyss Watcher said, let me get that Fiora. Let me try and win that 1v1. Though we do have both junglers starting top side, so this might be a top lane island for both these players. And if they play solo queue, they're used to that. They don't even know other players exist in the top lane until after 14 minutes.
It's an island, boy. Gonna go ahead and leave them up there. But yeah, I mean, Icarus opting towards these bigger, tankier champions, just being old, reliable, big throw rock in some form or fashion. It has worked out for Ole Miss. Clearly, it's worked out for them. So they just need to, you know, keep that up, solidify as, okay, watching for the parry. But no, he's going to get bullied here early on as Rhino.
Set to Ignite, going to land onto Zyko. Unfortunately, Shogo being pushed off by the spears. Rend potentially available, going to be used here by Angle, but not quite enough damage. A little bit on a different page there, Crow. Felt like maybe if Thresh goes in on Angle, that's a kill. Instead, trying to burn down the support.
Absolutely, yeah. The decision to split target focus kind of bit Ole Miss there, as we did get the Ignite from Rhino, but you look at Angle and Zyko, neither of them were worried at all. No subs burned on either of them. They dropped below 50% HP. They're like, whatever, we got this. We can counterattack anyway. And they're just going to keep on pushing. And Maryville, they're just looking great right now.
Well, here comes Icelandic Hero. This could be the difference flash from Zyko. Is the Death Sentence going to get in range? There's the crushing blow, but it doesn't quite land. The affiliate Q, and the flash attack from Rhino. Going to get taken down by the Flag and Drag, so it's a 1-for-1. Shogo trying to run away, looking to turn on Angle, but Icelandic Hero goes down. This could be a triple kill bot side for Maryville. Flash from both, but the Q from Angle picks up a double kill, and it's a nightmare for Ole Miss.
Yeah, remember how I said they weren't worried about it? A 1-for-2 at the end of that. I mean, just coming up aces for Maryville, getting that get back. You know, like, I just really was wondering, I mean, how hard they were going to commit for those kills. Rhino wanted a full commit, but Shogo was unable to, back out in time. Might have stayed a little bit too long, and that went up costing them.
Yeah, that's kind of been the difference in all of those trades. We do see maybe Icelandic Hero at least revealed, not going to get invaded. Is Shogo's never been able to be with Rhino. As you said, Crow, they've never been on the same page of when Rhino goes in, Shogo's either backing up or being really gunned down by Angle. So it's going to be interesting to see if Ole Miss can get on the page. There's also that only kill for Ole Miss went under their support, which is the absolute worst thing that could have happened when you already lose 3 kills bot side. Yeah,
that's the big elephant in the room right now. Ole Miss only kill onto their support Rhino. I mean, what if and when, Shogo and Rhino sync up, do the fusion dance, whatever have you, then that's when it does get scary, right? That's when you are dealing with the immaculate amount of CC that Thresh provides as we get an invade here.
Icelandic gonna get caught out. Rhino is coming. Dash over the wall. There's the Lantern to safety. And the Ignite gonna be burned there, but nothing else lost. So at least Ole Miss doesn't lose anything more than they already have.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, pulled the Ignite out of Zyko here. Icelandic Hero is going to be feeling good about that. He's looking to, alleviate some of the pressure that's been put on this bot lane, right? Shogo and Rhino have not had the best 2v2. That's been stated as top lane. Oh, Abyss? he's good. He's chilling. Okay.
Finally, some pressure on him because the other thing, Crow, if you look across the map, no lanes, unfortunately, doing well for Ole Miss, right? It's 20 CS on the top side of the map. It's 10 CS in the middle of the map. There's not a lane right now where Ole Miss can go, all right, Icelandic, go to mid, go to top. Every single lane is down gold right now, and that is a massive problem.
Absolutely. I mean, now you know, like now you'd say, like, this is the time where I need Icelandic Hero to come be the superhero, bolster up some of these lanes, you know, we know top lane for Icarus is going to be boring, right? We don't expect him to be up. We don't expect him to be in the lead, but in mid lane, it's more of the same story. Ari versus Azir, you're gonna get poked out significantly as the spot lane notices it's so much focus and it's a party.
Oh, here comes Amazo as well as Zyko is low. They just have to lantern Icelandic Hero to safety, and that is Amazo has done a great job of basically wherever Icelandic Hero is, he is going to be there. This could be a problem for Icarus. The grand challenge is going to be issued. Icarus forced to flash away. Couple more vitals to hit, but unfortunately the tower there to save him. Flash away, and Icarus stays alive for now.
Okay, interestingly enough, I just now noticed, yeah, Abyss Watcher taking Ghost Teleport instead of Flash Teleport, so he just wants that stickiness to stay on their man, but Icarus able to survive in that instance. Immediately breaks to TP after first by Bramble Vest. Oh wow, that's some damage right there in the bot lane.
Damage on Shogo. There's the Flay just trying to get him to safety. The handshake to bring Rhino back.
Oof.
Angle just pushing forward, keeping those spears in. I mean, what else would it be in the top lane, right, for Icarus, right? It's the Fiora counter, but I don't know how well it's going to work. We do see, by the way, Jarvan in that topside tri-bush, maybe looking for a dive. Icelandic Hero's there as well, but Icelandic Hero is very low. This dive, I think you just have to give up the towers. We can see on the mini-map they are at least going in, but it doesn't look like there's any defense going on. Yeah, they're just basically getting free plate spot side. Yeah,
free gold. Going to have them back off here. Not going to try and overstay. No way for them to work with. But this to borrow a phrase, ruthless aggression coming out from Maryville and Angle and Zyko. I mean, it's kind of textbook, right? We know them to be very strong with how they like to play, and they're just not allowing Ole Miss to breathe at any instance. They are challenging them every single time, and Amazo is just there when he needs to be, right? Like, he's free to roam, explore parts of the map because he knows his bot lane is going to be ahead, even if it is, you know, ever so slightly in the gold department. And the kills as well, is they're just going to keep pushing on the tower as much as they want to. Looks like they're going to go for more, though.
So level 6 for Angle. Fate's Call going to be used. Knock up with the Ignite onto Shogo. The Ignite going to come out. Is it going to be enough damage? Yes, it is. So it ends up being a 1-for-1. Both supports picking up the kill thanks to Ignite. And Angle has to get out. So nothing really gained on either side there, despite, you know, a great little dive from Maryville.
Yeah, unfortunately for Ole Miss, they queued it wrong. It's actually support Aphelios and 80 carry Thresh, doing massive damage with the Ignite. No way. Is just stopping the back. I'm assuming, yeah, just gonna stop the back. Hey, the longer it takes for them to try to reset, the better it is for your team.
This Watcher really just kind of generating pressure. And I will say, it feels like Amazo did all of the homework, all of the VOD review, because it feels like he knows where Icelandic Hero is going to go before Icelandic Hero knows where he's going to go. And almost every time we see this Wukong ganking, Amazo's coming into the picture looking for the gank. Yeah, absolutely. He's been doing a really good job of tracking them and shadowing them, but at the same time still having enough freedom to be up an odd 20 CS. So, like, it's really a testament to the strength of Maryville at the moment. Is Shogo's pushing up, yo, you're without a paddle, buddy. Don't want to try that too much, but all across the map, Maryville is really in control of this game number 1. Okay, gold lead up again. Upper bracket finals here in our Legends division. Ole Miss the 1 seed, Maryville the 3 seed. Maryville looking for revenge on their only loss so far in the NECC season, a 2-0 sweep by Ole Miss in a best of 3. And right now, they're definitely not getting swept this game. I mean, I'm not counting Ole Miss out yet, but this feels like there's no way this is 2-0 for Ole Miss the way this first 10 minutes have gone. There's already a dragon in Maryville's pocket, another one spawning in a minute 40. They have the Rift Herald as well. I mean, Amazo is just putting on an absolute jungle clinic right now. He's looking for more top. He's looking for more bottom side as well. Just taking camps right in Icelandic Hero's face because he knows he can't do anything about it. This bot lane focus is so insane. Just so much
heat happening down there. It's a nuclear incident in its own right.
Oh, Icarus.
Oh no.
Grand challenge going to be issued. Are they going to be able to pop all the vitals as the Biswatcher dashes for the last one? Needs one more auto, but he can't. The tower's going to pick up the kill. Icarus with the supreme outplay that I think Ole Miss needed to stay in this game.
Yo, that definitely is a little bit of a confidence booster. He didn't even burn his flash, nor I don't think he used the ultimate either. Yeah, Call the Forge God was not used in that exchange. Icarus coming up huge. Okay, definitely what Ole Miss needed, but they're going to need a lot more because Maryville's going on the offensive.
I've seen this before. Fate's Call, this time used defensively just to get Psycho out. Amazo there, Icelandic Hero there, but look at the level gap. It's a level 8 Jarvan and a level 6 Wukong.
Oof, yeah. Not the best of times in the Ole Miss camp, but yeah, they're just going to take that defensive way out and back off from here. I mean, they don't want to take the fight at the end of the day. Like, the knock-up from Wukong, plus, you know, the Moonlight from Aphelios could have spelled a really bad situation. What a great charm from Uncle Sam.
Comes the call of the Forge God, the flag and drag, though. Uncle Sam's be very careful. The Emperor's Divide with the great knockback to get Icarus away. Icelandic Hero running up, but forced to turn around. And despite Icarus being there, it's still going to be just that one kill in the mid lane for Maryville.
Yeah, Get Back was able to get out, burning that flash at the opportune time to stay out of reach of Icarus, who was trying, you know, to be the hero, get that kill after your Uncle Sam could not finish it up. Unfortunate for them, is the TP is going to be called here. Is once again, man, I think I should have brought a cake or some party hats or something, because bot lane, they got a bounce house or something, because everybody is here.
Uncle Sam, they just didn't want the dragon to reset. Icelandic had already got it down about 2,000, so this will be a chance. You're just going to drop that Rift Herald. Should be able to pick up that first tower. And, oh, just short. We'll get back, be able to get in range, as we are going to get a Hextech Soul for the first game. So the Hextech gates across the map made it a little bit more mobility for everybody to get down to bot side, of course.
Absolutely, yeah. Going to take the gates to the city, wherever you want to go. Icarus having fun. Going full defensive, full armor-resistant build. As there's more scrapping happening.
Flash Cyclone gonna come out here. Whoa. They want to get a kill. Angle gonna flash over the wall with the Ignite. Can they find something on the Zyko? Cyclone 2 does get the knockup, but do they have enough damage to kill the support under the tower? The answer is no. Handshake gonna bring Shogo back in range, and they blow everything, and they can't find anything but some cannon minions.
Oh, that is a big feels bad man moment for Ole Miss right there. Fortunately unable to secure both of the kills on the bot lane. Both members dropping significantly low to where you think, oh yeah, that's an easy cleanup. Unfortunately, it was not there. That's just how far behind they are. Icelandic Hero has to make a run for it. Everyone on Ole Miss has to make a run for it just at the presence of Amazo.
You had red-white on Aphelios. You didn't have Angle there who would back. It almost felt like maybe they should go in. They don't know they're backing on a ward, though. No! The Cataclysm comes out, and they are trapped in there with the Mazo. Shogo, the first one to fall. Rhino takes the Ignite and a spear to the face. Wow. And they got caught window shopping.
Yeah, they did. Caught with the pants down, window shopping, looking for some Cyber Monday deals long past. big Amazo with the spear to clear it all up, getting himself a double is 7. Oh my goodness, 27 to 21k. Maryville, I said they wanted revenge, and this is the perfect way to start that off. Ole Miss need to bunker down and hold tight. You know, maybe just go for these side waves, get these clears going, play the objective game for a hot moment, because they are definitely not in the driver's seat at this current juncture.
No, I don't even know if they're in the car at this point, where how far behind they are. I mean, they've lost 2 towers now, as we did miss.
Maybe a sidecar, who knows?
They're walking at this point. They missed the bus. They're walking. They've down 2 towers. They're probably going to be down a 3rd one here, as I do believe Get Back on that Azir should be able to pick this one up. Maybe a chance here. Angle all alone. Did not realize Shogo had company. But the spears are doing so much damage. They finally get the shutdown, but Abyss Washer. There's that ghost. Is they going to be able to get in range? And here comes Zyko as well. Grand challenge going to be issue 1 vital, 2 vital. Good night. Is the TP enough for Icarus? No, it doesn't look like it. Call the Forge God. They do get the root. The knock up into the hostile takeover. Psycho gonna flash away, but the charm lands perfectly into a death sentence, and it's a kill plus a tower with the objective bounties, and Ole Miss finally made it to the bus station in time to start this chase.
Man, you keep talking about these bus things like Shogo wasn't late. Okay. Gotta be on purpose as Abyss Watcher has some unfinished business with Icarus. They're gonna go toe-to-toe with each other for a moment, but that was a great shot in the arm for Ole Miss to get some gold back in their pockets. But they're still a way away, a good bit down. The Abyss Watcher's gonna solo bolo on Icarus after that return. But yeah, that was definitely a step in the right direction, right? Being able to collapse on the hubris, you know, maybe the overzealousness of Maryville at the moment. Angle by themselves. I mean, yeah, he has Blade of the Rune King. Ooh, yeah, cool, fancy, a lot of damage, lots of spears, whatever. But getting run out by the whole squad, bro, you're not that guy. You're not that big yet. So Ole Miss doing a due diligence, capitalizing on that, getting some gold in their pocket, trying to shrink this gold lead that they are massively behind by. It's a good step.
I mean, and they finally got a kill onto Shogo, right? He picks up the kill onto Angle. I believe it was a 450 gold shutdown as well. That's everything you needed, and you're still down about 6,000.
Still down 6 here, yeah. Hey, I said it was a step. they got a lot more to go.
Every journey begins with a step, no matter how small. Unfortunately, Icelandic Hero looking very small compared to Amazo, level 11 to level 9. The jungler for Ole Miss Crow is the same level as the bot lane for Maryville.
That's just how much work he has been putting in. It's arm day and back day apparently for Amazo. He's just doing everything he can to ensure that his team is getting this victory. And now Dragon coming up here in about 15 seconds. Yes, Ole Miss has the jocked position. You know, yeah, they're in the area. But MU has the inside track, right? They don't need to contest this if they don't want to. They're fine with giving up a Hex Tech Drake. You see Abyss Watcher in the top lane going for, you know, getting that tower. As they're actually going to drop Rift mid. So now there's a split on 2 solo lanes.
Yeah, Ole Miss kind of overcommitted to the Dragon, as you pointed out, Crow. And now they're caught off. There's no one there to stop the Herald. There's no one there to stop Abyss Watcher. Icarus finally did back, but this Herald's easily going to take out the mid-tier 2. Probably gets a charge onto the mid-tier 3 if Maryville wants to protect it. We did see Uncle Sam did end up channeling the back as well. Now Icelandic Hero soloing the Dragon, but he has to be very quick because here comes the rest of Maryville. It might be a smite battle. Emperor's Divide not going to lane, and it's a great steal. Great use of the Warrior Trickster. They fell for the clone. He does go down, but he secures the Dragon.
Okay, yeah. Hashtag worth in his own right. Let's see if Shogo can get out. Oh, no, he stopped the back. I don't think he's going to get out in time. Well, Rhino, there's a lantern. Rhino saving his life. But for how long?
Nice charm onto Amazo there. They might be able to do it. Cataclysm is going to go on to Shogo. Not able to kill him, though. It does take 1 for 1 there. We did see Rhino go down as well, so it's a double kill for Get Back. But they do at least get a shutdown and finally take Amazo off the map. But Icarus might join him in the gray screen graveyard because Abyss Watcher is just up there making a mess.
That's just the gold lead coming into effect right there, right? They're up in CS, up in items. It's just, oh, he's good. Yeah, he's good. He's an escape artist, you know? He's doing whatever he can. But it's just, that's the big difference here. Maybe if Ole Miss had, you know, half an item completed or even a full item completed, that fight goes their way. But at the current state and current setting of the games, they're just that far behind to where the situation is just not good for them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what Ole Miss could do here because right now it just feels like maybe an off game for them, right? The plays have been completely off. The Dragon play there, where they kind of overcommit to Dragon, end up losing their tier 2 mid. That tier 2 top is a couple attacks away from Abyss Watcher. And then as I look across the game here, Crow, I don't figure out who counters this Fiora in the next 5 minutes in a side lane. Is it 3 of them?
Yeah, like, I mean, you want your tank, you want Icarus to be able to go toe-to-toe, right? You want to be able to absorb as much damage as possible. It's just, he's not getting that. Abyss Watcher is 10 away from Flame Horizoning Icarus right now. That's the point of the game where Maryville is at compared to where Ole Miss is. You know, you have people completed their second items looking for their third, whereas other squad, they're only just now getting to that second item. It's dire straits for Ole Miss, but surprisingly, they're not 100% out of this yet. One good team fight could completely turn this match on its head.
And the other good news for Ole Miss, of course, is they do have a lot of that passive gold from the ornaments still to come in, right? Not a single ornament is done. The problem is, as we just talked about, Icarus can't go into a solo lane where Abyss Watcher is present, so him being able to farm XP is going to be very limited to probably just trying to sustain the push from Azir. Of course, that he's itemized for armor, so those ornaments are not as close as I think Ole Miss needs them to be. I'd say they're still about 5-6 minutes out from going on to anyone else, but this could be a chance. Emperor's Divide going to be knocked away. Icarus with the call of the Forge God. They're trying to get a knock. If they do get one shut down, Teleport is going to come in here from the Ahri. Great Fate's call from Angle to at least get Zyko to safety. There is a fantastic hostile takeover that stalks Uncle Sam for picking up the kill, and Angle finds it. At the end of the day, it's just simply a 1-for-1 for the mid laners. Shogo looking for the kill. Rhino with his last death sentence misses. And Ole Miss can find nothing but one. And here comes Abyss Watcher and Angle. This fight might not be done yet for Maryville. Flag and drag. They want to jump onto Shogo immediately. Going to be knocked up in the air. Shogo trying to create some distance. There is that Moonlight Vigil, but Abyss Watcher with the ghost. Sticky as all could be. Crow looking for one more. Do we have a quad for the Fiora? Icarus taken out by Angle, and it's an ace for Maryville.
It's oh my gosh, I felt like I was watching a scene from one of my solo queue games, man. Unfortunately, just the over chase was real. The hunger is real for Ole Miss to try to get gold back into their pockets. Yes, they got the shutdown on get back. You should have gotten out right there. That should have been it, end of story, but unfortunately they wanted to try and push the Angle, push everything they could, pump the nitrous as much as they could, and it cost them in everything. They got the ace, they lost the Baron. Now, like, that window where they could have come back is completely shut at this point. 10k gold lead for Maryville comparatively. Now you're just looking down the barrel of a full armory across the board for Maryville.
Yeah, Ole Miss is in that mode of we need mistake after mistake after mistake from Maryville, maybe. And again, because just, I mean, now is it 3 members? Is it 4 members? Is it 5 members that we need to stop Abyss Watcher now at 5-1 and 2 on this Fiora, 202 CS, starting to stack that Ravenous Hydra up as well? I mean, there's just so many areas that Ole Miss is not going to be able to find a relief from, as Rhino going to get dived here, and despite the best efforts, will simply be taken out by the Fiora.
Yep. Burned the ultimate, but I don't think they're worried about that cooldown at all. A very important member on Ole Miss's team as they walked right into a charm. They could potentially turn this on to a Mazo, but no, they just do not have the damage. It's just not there for them at this point. Trying to walk it down. Great use of the ultimate, but he's manages to get the Ornhorn off. All the same, Maryville are just cleaning this all up. 20-7. Still with that 10k gold lead, 11k at the moment. They're trying to wrap up this game number 1. It's definitely a go next.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at this point, it's just how well does Maryville want to push into the base? Do they want to look for kills? Do they want to look to end the game? They have Baron. They're pulling off sort of a convoluted 1-3-1 right now. And now we're going to roam back up to that mid Abyss Watcher. Kind of struggling with what he wants to do. Going to dash over the wall. Uncle Sam forced to flash away. Cataclysm going to finish him off. Cyclone there for Icelandic Hero. Going to Warrior Trickster away, but still get caught. Psycho goes down through the bailouts. But Angle is on a rampage, and that's all you need if you're Maryville. Rhino just trying to buy some time, distract the enemies as long as possible. Mid inhibitor is going to fall. And Maryville feels like they are on the cusp. They are just, honestly, held back by the minion waves right now, Crow, for finishing this game.
Yeah, just, waiting for the minions to play catch-up in this juncture. No biggie at all. They're going to walk it in, take the towers, easy as can be. And just sheer dominance coming out from Maryville. Showing Ole Miss that game number, that last time we met, baby, that ain't us for real.
25-8. Nearly real. They banned the Kai'Sa. They picked the Xayah, so you can't have any of those ADCs with that ability to escape the wall. Yep. That is my only concern here as we get into game number 2. Again, this is the NECC Legends Upper Bracket Finals. The winner moves on to our grand finals that we'll have next week. The loser will drop down to those lower bracket finals and have one more shot. Maybe sneak back in. Maryville took game 1. Who's going to take game 2? Fish, ViewtifulCrow, and everybody else gets ready to see exactly how these next 20 or 30 minutes are going to play out on the Rift.
Yes, a meeting of the sky and the sea coming to watch these landlubbers do what they want across the Rift. I'm excited to be here in the chair with you, my boy. So you're getting into game number 2. Ole Miss, are they awake now? Are they ready to play some League of Legends? Or is this Maryville's closing the door, getting that revenge for that Week 5 loss? That also was a 2-0. Keep that in mind. So they would love to right that ship.
What a way to answer the 2-0 with the 2-0 of your own. I will say, I mean, a better early game, right, for Ole Miss at least. I mean, last time they took a ton of random poke. They just kind of felt lost in that first kind of early scouting period. This time, nobody has to worry. Everybody's full health. Very curious to see how this bot lane goes. This is where all the action was last time, is an earlier loot is going to land onto Rhino. Just a couple of trades, and I think will Shogo and Rhino be on the same page in terms of target focus is the biggest question, Crow.
Oh, they absolutely have to be in this case. That was one of the biggest boons for them in game number 1. Hopingly, the break was beneficial to them to discuss that, you know, refocus, realign their chakras, and whatnot to get into this, because they should be able to bully out, you know, Zyko on this Nautilus. Unless, you know, they go ahead and get that hook. This early trade's going on.
I mean, it's the early Ignite blown by Zyko. As we see, Angle's going to get one as well. Cleanse going to be used. Rhino going to be getting a heal from Shogo as well, as they're just trading out damage back and forth in the bottom lane. Once again, both junglers started on top side. They're going to be here at any moment. These junglers, you can see maybe even Icelandic Hero looking in that direction pre-blue buff, but ends up deciding with the forced backs that he'll end up just going over to those jungle camps instead.
Once again, the target selection not on the same page for Ole Miss there early on. I mean, yeah, you know, want to get Zyko off of Shogo as soon as possible, but also prevent Angle from, you know, doing more damage out. You know, going to bully him out. But I mean, both supports burning their ignites in that, and both AD carries burning their defensive spells. Cleanse and heal respectively. So all of them do have flash still available, surprisingly so. Expecting something to erupt once they see each other again in a bot lane.
And a couple of different build paths bot lane, and both ADCs kind of forced to, well, Angle forced to take an early back, Shogo just pushing out the wave and answering. We get boots for the Xayah and a long sword for the Misfortune. So I'm curious if that little bit of bonus movement speed will maybe be enough for Angle, who escaped so many potential ganks bot side in game number 1, to maybe continue being that escape artist, or if that extra AD maybe finishes off those low health targets that Ole Miss kept missing out on in game 1.
Right, absolutely. It's just another thing to watch out for here. I mean, he's on the Angle's on the Xayah, not the Kalista this time around, so no hop skip jumping around for them in that sense. But new pair of boots never hurt too many people. Looking at Rhino now. Has to be on point with those recon W's, you know. Ooh, what a dodge coming out.
Didn't quite land into the double root. First from the auto attack, then from the feathers. Now Rhino gonna get hit by the dredge line into a follow-up root, forced to flash away. This is a bare worst case scenario for Ole Miss, because now Rhino, no health pots, no biscuits. The sustain not going to be there.
Yeah, because Recon Q was essentially useless in this situation here. That was just so sad. I mean, Shogo literally walked, like, what, 2 pixels into Rhino. So the priority stuck on the Rhino with the dredge line there, causing him to get pulled in. I mean, sure, yeah, you don't want the AD carry to get pulled in at that moment, but Flash, nonetheless, is... Angle and Zyko just do not want to let up on this bot lane. They know they could get away with being aggressive just because of how game 1 went, because of how previous encounter went in this matchup. They're like, yo, we can totally run this back, even if it is different champions. We're gonna make it work. Currently working pretty well.
Interesting that Angle and Zyko end up opting to take another follow-up back. They had pushed a Rhino out of lane. Shogo had to stay to CS. So now that Cole gets picked up by Angle, sort of equaling that AD gain from the longsword. So now has the boots. Cole, Shogo, low on mana from the Misfortune, sort of W spam across, or E spam on the minion waves, and to get some poke. And here we go. Both junglers coming down. Amazo, the first one to be there. The dredge line's going to ignite. They ignite into the flag and drag knock up, and Shogo just simply could not play their character. First blood, gonna go over to Zyko and Maryville.
Rhino left his buddy hanging, unfortunately. Opted to try to, you know, get Amazo away, but you can't do that up against the mighty force of a Nautilus against a very low mobility AD carry. Like, it's just not gonna happen. You get autoed, you're stuck. You get queued, you're stuck. Only level 4 doesn't have the depth charge yet. Can capitalize on that? Icelandic Hero just had to show up and watch his homies die.
Really, I mean, felt like Ole Miss maybe needed to play the classic Nocturne, wait till level 6, it'll enable a gank from, again, from further away. And now Icelandic Hero, very awkward spot. Amazo not going to opt for the flag and drag as the bot lane is there. Get back and Uncle Sam in a bit of a mid lane duel as well. And once again, it's a party in the bot side river. No kills going to come out this time. This probably is just a free chem tech for Maryville. If Amazo wants to start it, they have all of the pressure.
I feel like they want to start it. Yeah, I feel like they want to start it either as a bait or a hard commit because they can win the fight coming into this as the dredge line once again lands on Icelandic Hero.
Nice spell shield there from Icelandic Hero, stopping it, but you have the River Scuttle, so you have that free ward in front of the dragon, meaning Ole Miss simply cannot do this without being seen on vision, and unfortunately don't have enough of an edge in any of those lanes to be able to start that up. And I think the biggest problem right now is Icelandic Hero is not 6. He actually is going to opt for the dragon. Amazo backs. This might be free. It is a Chemtech dragon, nothing too crazy, but you're denying the level 6 spike that your Nocturne desperately needs to get those ganks going.
Yeah, and they keep leaving Shogo alone. You cannot do that. Got the flash
coming in.
Yeah,
this is going to be a spite battle.
Oh no.
1100 health. Amazo walks past for now. Uncle Sam get back on the other side.
Oh,
Pop Blossom going to go out into the bullet time. Meanwhile, Icelandic Hero has turned on the dragon. He's able to smite at the double kill for Nico as well. And Ole Miss somehow baits in Maryville to their death. Get back has the Spirit Rush. He gets away, but that felt like a throw for Maryville. They had that in the bag, and they lost 2 in a dragon.
Just really awkward positioning there coming out from Maryville, lending itself to the chaos that Ole Miss was able to capitalize on. And yeah, you're right. They should not have gotten out like that. I mean, Shogo running up to join the rest of the team, but getting a really, really beneficial bullet time. Uncle Sam roaming down to the perfect time to get a flash ulti in there. Netting himself 2 kills there. And for the, I mean, yeah, they're still down. It's only about, what, 0.3k? Okay, cool, but Ole Miss definitely feeling a lot better in this game number 2. Comparatively to this time in game number 1, big difference.
I think the other interesting thing is, like, Amazo just kind of walked past the dragon. He's just kind of like, you'll deal with that Nocturne. I don't really care about the dragon. You know, whatever.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. I mean, it gotta happen. Whatever. Target priority, right? You gotta get the bodies.
I mean, look, I understand it because Icelandic really couldn't leave the dragon, otherwise it would have leashed. So it was kind of like, all right, this guy's preoccupied. But a very interesting fight, but as you said, works out in Ole Miss's favor. Unfortunately, the gold, they're still down. It is growing just a little bit now to about 600, 500. I think a lot of that, I mean, you can see the reason. The CS there briefly inverted, 83 to 38 for Abyss Watcher to Icarus. This is, again, the Ole Miss game plan. I don't think they wanted him to be down 50 CS, but stay alive, Icarus. The less, farm is not worth nearly as much gold as kills in the short run.
He is doing everything he can at the moment. And
1,000 gold.
Icelandic Hero, he's not really going to opt in to pay too much attention to the top part of top lane. Maybe looking around for Herald and whatnot, but they can't even play for that, as Amazo is already there. Once again, on your tower, Icarus, that's when he decides to fight.
We are going to Pop Blossom is going to come out. Spirit Rush going to be used there, so Icelandic Hero, again, not able to find a gank, and that RH is so safe, and we've for once turned our attention away from bot lane. I mean, outside that dragon kill, we haven't seen any shenanigans in the last 2 minutes, so Bullet Time going to come out, just doing a lot of great chip damage onto Angle. Perfect use of it by Shogo.
Yeah, just wants to chip them out, push them away from tower as much as possible. Dissuade them from trying to make any sort of offensive counterattacks. I mean, it's not the longest of cooldowns, in all honesty. Even at this juncture of the game, right? Like, he just used it in the dragon fight, and here he goes, popping it again. But yeah, just gonna try and play for plates here in this juncture. Get what they can. Zyko's been pretty on point with those hooks. Even though they haven't really always led to something crazy, the man's been landing them.
And the other thing about that bullet time, not only is the short cooldown, I mean, you can't afford to stand still against a Jarvan and a Nautilus in a team fight. So the faster Shogo gets about, the better. We might get a bit of a dive here. You do see Icelandic Hero is there. Meanwhile, Rhino just kind of got caught out. Featherstorm going to be used there. There is that paranoia. They want the dive onto Angle. They're able to find it. The heal comes out, but here Icelandic Hero turns around, probably realized he was caught anyway, and didn't want to give Amazo the assist gold. So, smart little micro play there to deny a little bit of extra gold.
A little bit of extra gold, yeah. Yeah, and surprisingly, Rhino actually lived to the Ignite from... Okay, you know, hey, you take those. All right, cool. Ole Miss gonna grab a 1-for-1. They're trying. I don't want to say they're trying to be like matching that aggression that Maryville has been throwing their way, but they're at least keeping a decent pace. So,
and they've kind of gotten lucky. Ole Miss has, at least on the kills for Maryville, right? You have 2 on the Nautilus, 0 on the Zaya, kind of what we actually saw from Ole Miss last game, where the AD carry just not able to secure those kills. That's just a little bit extra gold being denied because, I mean, this lane is always going to be sort of that ticking time bomb if you're Ole Miss, right? Like, Abyss Watcher is going to get to the point where he is unstoppable in a side lane, and it's nearing that right now with the 50 CS lead. As we saw, I mean, minutes ago, it's already 1,000 gold difference between the two. And here comes Get Back and Amazo. I'm sorry, Icarus. It is not your day to live today. This is going to be a tower dive. Can he survive? Teleport going to come out from the Nico, but it's not even going to matter. Abyss Watcher survives for the teleport, finishes channeling.
Can't even get off any time to shoot out Call the Forge God. That actually going to turn the tide of a lot of things, but this was not going to happen. It takes a village to take down the big demigod, I suppose, but hey.
Icelandic Hero diving in on Amazo. There's that flag and drag, of course, and Get Back, I think, was waiting for them to push a little bit further in, but Ole Miss calls back the cavalry. Nothing too scary. There is an Infernal Dragon up, so it will not be an Infernal Soul, unfortunately, for Ole Miss, but still a relatively good dragon if they can secure it. Rhino, nice little dodge there, getting a little nifty with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Battle dancing around as much as he can. Yeah, I mean, Ole Miss want to get as much as they can off of this. And plates. His Uncle Sam's actually here too.
Icarus walked down with Icelandic Hero to the Dragons. Yeah, this is a full dragon committal. Plates falling, and honestly, you gotta be happy if you're Ole Miss. I think Abyss Watcher maybe gets 2 at the most because the Rift Herald is bot side. Meanwhile, though, Pearl Dragon's gonna go down. Here comes the teleport. Abyss Watcher on his way. Cataclysm onto both Rhino and Shogo. Bullet time going to come out. Great use of the Feather Storm to get that iframe. Psycho alive, and this is where it all comes apart. The Grand Challenge picks up 1. Uncle Sam and Icarus, the only ones left alive, and Abyss Watcher is ghosted up and ready to run down the poor Nico. The Shape Splitter going to come out, but Abyss Watcher guesses correctly. The Fragment Drag over! It's another kill for the Fiora, and it's a nightmare time once again for Ole Miss.
They got the dragon, but at what cost? Oh no. The little threads that they were holding on to. We talk about how this is a closer game so far at this point for Ole Miss than game number 1, but that play right there, I want to say, yeah, it was 4 for none. Yeah, absolutely. Just the balloon is ballooning at this point, I will say.
The time bomb has gone off, right? The Fiora time bomb is now here. 2-0-2, has the mythic item completed. Has a level lead up top lane on Icarus, and now it's just, we've seen this story before. It's deja vu if you watch game number 1. Abyss Watcher is simply, this time with the help of Zyko, going to murder our poor ornament friend once again.
Yeah, and I talked about it as well. As soon as they are able to break out of that lane, Zyko will be everywhere on this map. Showing up top lane, walking down to mid, you know, just doing whatever they can, and Ole Miss, yes, dragon priority is good, but fight priority is more important in some of these fights. You should not be going for these chances at all. As the first turret will drop. First bricks falling the way for Maryville, as a little bit expected. As Ole Miss have a lot of work if they want to get any semblance of getting back in this game.
And, bro, maybe the most punishing of all of that, they dragon stacked for a Cloud Soul. That's
Oh man.
that's maybe the worst story of it all.
Man.
Is it is going to be a Cloud Dragon spawning on the map. It will in fact be a Cloud Soul that Ole Miss is unfortunately halfway towards.
Oh man, and I was gonna say you can put all the eggs in the Shogo basket, you know, make sure he does something, but that one Q just kind of tickled. Get back.
Uh-oh. Grand challenge time. Icarus.
He's gonna do it.
Yeah, you have been challenged, Icarus, and there was... Oh, he lived! Okay. Okay, I thought he was dead for sure. He's gonna have to back, and there's, unfortunately, on the minimap, no red circles anywhere close. That's a free, at least, minion wave crashing the tower, as the dredge line is going to land. Here comes the paranoia. Great feathers storm to him unit. Bullet time gonna go out as well, but they flash away.
Shogo?
Angle with an absolute clinic, and meanwhile, Icelandic Hero gonna go down. They do pick up one, but it's the support, and here comes the Cataclysm. Shogo with the great flash, but it does not matter. Mazu gonna flash after him. They're already down 2 in the mid lane. One more flag and drag. Rhino barely lives. Like a 2-for-1, and Maryville's starting to pile on.
Yeah, that was cute from Ole Miss to try to go for that, you know. I mean, fighting under the tower, but unfortunately, Shogo was taking the tower, unfortunately. Like, so that 100% rotted any game plan that they had there, you know, to take mid and rotate out somewhere else. And once again, Maryville are going to capitalize that. They're going to punish you. They're going to, every single time you make a mistake, they're going to jump you whenever they can. They are not afraid of adding more bodies to a fight. You want a 1v1, it turns into 2v1 immediately. So on and so forth. Ole Miss just do not have the answers. The composition is not geared for answering this much aggression.
And I know we're only 17 minutes in. I don't want to say that this series is over, but I mean, give us the game plan, Crow. What does Ole Miss need to do to prevent this from basically spiraling into what we saw 15 minutes ago with a 17k gold stomping in game 1?
Oh man, that's a really, really good question. I mean, at this point, right, like, so we saw at the first Dragon fight, the initial Dragon fight that, you know, gave Ole Miss something to be proud of in this game, getting that Wombo combo, right, getting that Nico Pop Blossom and that Misfortune Bullet time. And now they also have the added ability of, you know, Rhino's quickness on Rakan. They have to be able to stack these ultimates in a, you know, cohesive manner, layer that CC accordingly, get a good team fight. They might need back-to-back aces at this point, but, you know, getting Maryville off the map as often as possible so that they can claim what they need is 100% in the Ole Miss wheelhouse right now, as everybody's piling on that dragon.
Could be soul point for Ole Miss if they are able to pick it up.
TP?
We do see teleport coming in. Abyss Watcher doesn't have it, so this is your best chance if you're Ole Miss. It's a 5v4 for about 15 seconds. Call the Forge God does get the knock up onto Angle. They pick up the dragon, but here comes Get Back on the other side. Spear rush right into Shogo. The Cataclysm to follow. Bullet time to come out. The knock up stops, and Shogo still somehow alive. Finally goes down. Here comes the Pop Blossom trying to pick up a kill, but here comes the Fiora on the backside of the map that nobody was ready for. They get the shutdown, but it does not matter. Here is Fiora, and it might be game over for Ole Miss as they get the dragon, but cannot win the fight.
They picked the time, they picked the place, they brought their own weapons, but unfortunately Ole Miss brought some knives to a gunfight, and Maryville University fired back with all the cannons, completely routing them at the dragon, getting multiple kills, even more, padding these stats. It's only a 7k gold lead, but bro, it feels even bigger than that. Fish, I said Ole Miss needed to win these fights to get them back into the game. That was their biggest bet at this point, and they completely blew it.
And the worst part is they did it over a Cloud Dragon, Crow. If this is Mountain, if this is Ocean, if this is Infernal by some miracle, that feels like a worth trade. Because now, okay, we're one more away from Soul. Maybe we get a crazy steal. Maybe we get our way, we get Soul. That's over Cloud Soul. Like, that's the worst part of all of this, is that Ole Miss's only hope was ruined by our gods at the RNG department saying, you get a Cloud Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's really it at the end of the day, right?
If this is Infernal, I think I have so much more hope if this is just Infernal. Like,
yeah. Absolutely. I mean, even if it was Mountain, you know, get them more durable, because, like, allowing them to take a few more hits, getting that shield is really, really nice when you're going up against this much upfront damage. But unfortunately, not the case. We're cursed with the Cloud. Yay, cooldowns, I guess, cool. But you see how much damage they can potentially do. Shogo staying alive in that fight for as long as he did was actually incredible. He was able to pump out a lot of damage. If he had another item there, completely different story. I do believe that that bullet time, plus, you know, Rhino with the perfect time knockup, would have allowed him to stay alive and actually would have turned the complexion of the fight. But that's just talking in superlatives, you know, that's talking hypotheticals. That isn't the actual case of the game at present, as we are looking at the gold values right now. It's just, oh my god. He's up, Abyss Watch is up 4K over Icarus right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're 20 CS back. We're within a back-to-back Flame Horizon situation here, unfortunately, for Icarus. And that's the other thing, right? I mean, even with all those, you know, potential. Okay, if he has another item, the bullet time kills Amazo. Who kills Abyss Watcher? Right now, we know who's going to kill Rhino. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon, but unfortunately, the teleport from Nico means they have to at least commit to save him. The paranoia used to at least force everybody to reset. Abyss Watcher joins as well. And somehow at 22 minutes, the tier 1 mid is still standing nice and tall for Ole Miss.
Hey, they've been protecting it the best they can. I mean, you see the side lane tear. That is Abyss Watcher. Oh, wow, they're trying to go for it. Oh, man.
All the Forge God comes out. They actually are going to be able to pick up a nice little kill here onto Psycho. The problem is in the two side lanes. Ole Miss is playing ARAM. Maryville, realizing there's more than one lane, has not only picked up a tier 2 bot, but a tier 2 top as well. And Get Back at least looking for more. Interestingly enough, Abyss could have kept pushing because not a single person committed to the bottom side of the map and this Fiora. They do want to find a way onto Get Back. Root is going to land. Icarus and Icelandic Hero coming up here as well. One more charge of that Spirit Rush should potentially get this Ahri to safety. And we are going to see a teleport is going to be used here by Icarus to at least slow down Fiora's. Icelandic saying, you know what, I'm going all in. Unspeakable Horror is going to be able to land the fear, but now Amazo is here, and all of a sudden it's a 1v2. Icelandic Hero maybe been demoted to Icelandic Citizen.
At that point, he's Icelandic Minion, deciding to greedily chase all the way through the top lane. He barely had any mana to speak of, and that does allow Maryville to grab that bottom tower. Yeah, Icarus teleported down, but he just teleported to show his face, and they're going to take some more structures, take some more kills. Jungler's still down for 14 seconds. We're 9k up. Bro, yeah, Baron is the call.
Even Rhino realizing there's probably no hope here for the Miracle Steel, just going to simply back it up. And on the bright side, Dragon's up in 20 seconds. It'd be a soul for Ole Miss. That's where the bright side ends.
That's something, all right. Yeah, I mean, it is a start, but you know that Maryville knows. So, of course, they're going to be there, and there's going to be another fight. And if this game ends off of a Dragon Soul fight, I would not be surprised here, Fish.
At least go down fighting what you love, right? Fighting for what you love for Ole Miss. It's the only thing they have going for them right now with the 3 dragons. Fortunately, even if they got Soul, it might even be worse for them because it would mean Elder is potentially on the map as Grand Challenge is issued here by Abyss Watcher. Call the Forge God. Icarus just doesn't even want to look at the poor Ram. He's just going to walk away.
Yeah, as Amazing's actually going to go ahead and solo this dragon. Wait, I thought he was going to ult? Okay, just to get sight. I'm assuming just to get sight. But, yeah, preventing that Dragon Soul, yay, I guess. But there just wasn't really anything Ole Miss could do to try and contest that.
The best news for Ole Miss right now is that mid lane isn't very pushed. You're not able to pull off that 1-3-1. They are kind of able to roam down, look for a pick onto Abyss Watcher, who right now has at least 2 levels on every single member of the Ole Miss team right now. At level 15 on that Fiora, you see Get Back on the top side of the map on that Ahri. Going to be able to take out that top inhibitor turret. The structures slowly and surely just crumbling for Ole Miss in front of their eyes. And it feels like game 1 all over again. Grand Challenge going to go on to Uncle Sam. One more attack finish off from Amazo. Look at the amount of damage Abyss Watcher is doing. Just a third of people's health with those lunges. There's that bullet time for Shogo. Depth charge going to come out right into the charm as Get Back was more than ready for it. It's a double kill for Angle. It's GG and it's Maryville on to the NECC Legends Grand Finals once they finish up these remaining towers.
Hey, they said, look, week 5 was cute. You'll give you that. But when it comes to playoffs, we are kings of the Rift. Maryville answering back in kind with a 2-0 of their own. The run back is complete. The revenge tour is there. See you guys at grand finals because y'all absolutely smashed it and absolutely deserve it.
2-0 for Maryville, and as Crow said, grand finals awaits for Ole Miss. It is double elimination. They go down to our lower finals. They'll get their chance to maybe earn redemption, I believe, next Tuesdays. There's still some lower bracket games to go, but I mean, that was, as you said, that was a declaration for Maryville of